are not growing these varieties, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marsha and I'm the Black Thumb Gardener. I live in USDA Zone 5/6 and I do all things gardening with a bit of travel. So now that we've gotten that introduction out of the way, today we are working on two key things. Number one, brassicas. That's right. Spring is in 12 days and it is time to start those seeds indoors. And the other thing that we're working on is getting our sweet peas started for planting tomorrow. And oh, I forgot one more thing. Last but not least, we are going to be putting some seed packages together because we are going to a seed event downtown Toronto tomorrow, and I'm going to take you along with me so you can see all of the fun learning, seed exchange, and much more. So on that note, let's get started. This is going to be a very fun week. Okay, so we already have the soil prepped. I saved you time because you've seen me do this 1,000 times. There's no point in me walking you through that process, but if you do want to continue seeing me mix the seed starting mix and putting it in the container, let me know in the comments. So this is already set for us to get started. I wanted to spend more time going through some of the seeds that I'm starting, some of my absolute favorite varieties that are a must grow for me every year. And I'm going to go through some new varieties that I've picked up along the way. So we're going to start off with the brassicas, and I'm going to put the peas to the side. I'm going to start off with broccoli. There are two varieties of broccoli that are a must grow for me every year. Absolute must grow. And if you are not growing these varieties, what are you doing? What are you doing? First off is the Gypsy broccoli by West Coast Seeds. This broccoli takes about 62 days to harvest and it has uniform dark green heads. It's just one of the best tasting broccolis that I've had, and there are a lot of varieties of broccoli out there and I've tried quite a few. I've always grown Gypsy broccoli and it just seems to be such an easy broccoli to grow, quick to harvest, and honestly a great tasting broccoli as well. So this is the Gypsy broccoli. So this is an OG for me. And then the other broccoli that I always grow is the Asperbrock broccolini. And broccolini is great for cooking. I just love the long stems with the shoots at the top. This one is also quick to grow. This is actually faster than the Gypsy broccoli. This is 50 days versus 62 days. And again, this is beautiful dark green. I'll show an example of me using it in cooking. It's just chef's kiss. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Now, the next broccoli that I'm growing is something that I picked up when I went to the West Coast Seed store in British Columbia. And this is a broccoli variety. It's called Atlantis broccoli. Look at that. It kind of looks like the broccolini to me. Is it a broccolini? But this is a broccoli and a kale cross. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Should be pretty tasty as well. So this one takes about 60 to 80 days. So it's probably the longer of the varieties that I'm going to be growing this year. So it's imperative that I start this one now so I can get a good spring harvest. The next thing that I grow from the Brassica family is cauliflower. And I have two varieties of cauliflower. I do have one from West Coast Seeds, but I think that one ran out. But I've grown these two last year and had success with growing cauliflower. So the first one is the Early Snowball. This is also a local company, Mackenzie Seeds. And then I have, this one is from OSC Seeds as well. And this is Super Snowball. I've grown both. I think last year I grew this one, and I'll show a video clip of the harvest that I had. These are great varieties to grow. And again, like grow something that is local to your region. There are some broccoli varieties. I actually have one that's a purple broccoli that is summer sprouting. So you can grow broccoli in warmer climates. Just grow them during your colder season, or what you would deem your fall winter. My sister lives in zone 9 in Florida, and she grows broccoli in her garden. So just make sure that when you are growing broccoli in warmer regions, you're growing it during the right season and using the right varieties for your region. On to more brassicas. Now I'm going to stop here and say I intend to grow Brussels sprouts this year, but for some reason I cannot find my Brussels sprout seeds. I think my organization went sideways somewhere between last year during the growing season, because I know I have those seeds. I know I have those seeds. I know I have the seeds. I just don't know where they are. And I've looked through a few containers and I can't find it. So hopefully at the seed exchange tomorrow, I can pick up some Brussels sprout seeds. There are actually a few things I'm looking for. So I think it'll be a great opportunity to pick up some seeds for free. Exactly. That's why you go to a seed exchange. Okay, so we're going to start these from seed, but first I need some labels, and I also need to figure out how I'm going to be laying this out today. So I have quite a few varieties that I need to grow. So remember, I do have the gypsy broccoli. I think I'm going to do it like how I did some of my other plantings. I'm going to do it horizontal. So this way I have 12 cells that I need to fill. So I'm going to do one row of gypsy, one row of Asperbrock broccolini. I'm going to do one row of the Atlantis broccoli. And I made a mistake. I think I said this was a mix of broccoli and kale. It's actually broccoli and asparagus. So this would be super sweet. Okay. I'm going to do one row of the red boar kale, one row of the lacinato kale. Oh my goodness. I don't have any space left for the spinach. Uh-oh. Then I think I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to do the green sprouting broccoli then, because I have the other varieties. And I think I'm going to grow then the super snowball, and that will cover this entire tray. Now I did want to start spinach, so I might leave a cell or two to pop in a few spinach seeds, and then I will also direct sow some spinach outside, or you know what, maybe I'll just winter sow it. See guys? If it doesn't fit here, I'm not growing it. Or maybe I'll winter sow it. I'm so undecided. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, but we are gonna start these today, and let's get some labels going. See, I have my trusty container, and I have everything I need. So I'm gonna do some labels first. Just do 2 little holes. That's it. Okay. Now, when I'm planting any type of brassica in the garden, I cover it with a net, because those pesky cabbage moth butterflies will eat your entire crop. Now, you can spray your brassicas with BT, and it's an organic spray that you can use that will prevent the cabbage moth from actually eating your plants. But I personally, I try to prevent spraying things on my plants as much as possible. I have used BT. I do have BT in my basement, but I prefer not to, and I find that the mesh works way better at preventing the cabbage moth butterflies. Also protects it against any other type of insect that may come along, and I've been able to grow some beautiful brassicas just with a mesh cover. So we're gonna do, this is what the seeds look like. They're not too small, they're pretty good, pretty decent size. And we're just gonna tuck two. You know, I might even do 2 per cell because these are old seeds and I don't know what's going on this year with the germination of some of these older seeds that I have. So I'm just gonna tuck 2. And then if 2 grow in the same spot, then I'm just gonna cut down the weaker one. And that's how I'm gonna work it today. I have lots of seeds to spare. Okay. So that is the gypsy broccoli. And you really know I love this broccoli because I think I have 3 packages of the same broccoli variety. That's how much I use it. Because remember, I'm not just going to be doing this for spring. You're going to see me midsummer do another planting of this for my fall garden. And I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe so you can stick around and see me do the fall planting of brassicas. Covering this up right now. I'll bring it down to the basement or to the dungeon, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about growing sweet peas from seed. Be right back. Okay, now we're gonna work on some sweet peas. And I love sweet peas. It's such an easy flower to grow. And normally in the spring, it's so nice to see flowers blooming. Now I do grow daffodils in my garden. I don't grow tulips because of the squirrels. We talked about that. But it's also nice to see other spring flowers, and sweet peas, they're just so delicate. They smell so good in the garden. And I love picking them for bouquets. They're just great. They're just so great. So easy to grow. So how I start my sweet peas, and I'll tell you the varieties I have. There's one that I ran out of that's from Floret called Balmoral, and I'll show you a picture and maybe even a video of what that looks like. Beautiful purple blooms. I will never forget that flower. This year, I'm gonna grow a few varieties. One is gonna be this Hyacinth. It's this white sweet pea flower. And again, true to its name, it has a beautiful, strong scent. And then we're gonna grow this Old Spice blend. It's been a while since I've grown this one, but again, I'm gonna use what I have. Then I'm going to grow this saltwater taffy swirl sweet peas. This is from Renee's garden. It's been a while since I've grown this one and I can't remember what it looks like. And then last but not least, we're gonna go with OSC seeds and grow this Royal Family mixed colors. How I start my sweet peas is I soak them for 24 hours before I even put them in soil. Ideally, it would be great to direct sow sweet peas. Sweet peas do not like their roots disturbed at all, but I've had success growing them indoors. You just won't see me growing them in the normal seed trays that I have. I'll grow them in solo cups. That's what I do every year. Well, I'm going to start my sweet peas in these solo cups. And because I'm out of solo cups, I think I'm out of solo cups without holes because I reuse my solo cups every year. I usually keep a couple to start the sweet peas in, and then I have other solo cups with holes in the bottom that I use to plant the sweet peas in. So you'll see that shortly. But I only have 2 solo cups right now. I may put the others in like a coffee mug or something like that, and I'll grab that after. But what I do is I just throw the seeds in, label it. Don't forget to label it because they all look the same. And then I'll put some water in it. I'll just stick it somewhere. Doesn't matter where. It doesn't have to be in sun. Doesn't need light or anything. And then I'll pick it up 24 hours later. But for now, let's just get this sorted and get some water inside. Don't believe a thing they say. So tired of Now, when I plant my sweet peas out, I usually use some sort of trellising system. So I have bamboo stakes that I picked up from the dollar store, and I just buy a bunch of bamboo stakes at the beginning of the season. And then I have a little, like, I grow my sweet peas in containers. I don't grow them in my garden beds. And in the container, I'll usually do kind of a triangle formation of my stakes, and I'll hold it together with some twine, and then I'll take that twine and wrap it around the entire staking system, and that way the sweet peas has something to grab onto, and then the entire sweet peas plant will just go up those stakes and it'll just continue to bloom. So that's how I stake my sweet peas. I just find it needs something to hold on to. So if you are growing sweet peas, just make sure you have a staking system for them, because they do like to grab on, and they have little tendrils that will come out and try to wrap around something to hold it up. So it will try to hold on to something. The same thing with sugar snap peas. They do the same thing. So we're gonna pour some water into these, and then we're gonna leave them for 24 hours. Just enough to cover the seeds. Oh no, there's a hole in this one. Shoot. Okay, note to self, check for holes first. There's a hole in this one. So I think I'm just gonna dump the whole thing into here. I can use this for seed starting, but not. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't have this problem in this one. Okay. And then last but not least, this one. Okay. Hopefully that works. I'm gonna leave this on the table, but that's it. So join me in 24 hours and we'll come back and we'll start these from seed in some seed starting mix. Now we're gonna work on the seeds we're gonna package up for the seed exchange for tomorrow's Seedy event downtown. And I have never participated in a seed exchange despite having so many seeds for my garden. So I'm not going to package up a lot. I'm going to put them in these brown paper bags, and I got this from the dollar store. I only have a few here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might buy more today just because I have a few seeds I do want to give away, but we're going to work with these for now. We packaged this bottle of cilantro seeds together. So I have a ton of cilantro seeds, and I will continue to harvest cilantro seeds for my garden. So we're definitely going to start with cilantro seeds. This is 2024. We also have, what is this? Oh, and I forgot, we have the extra cilantro seeds. So we can use these first and then go to the container. We have spaghetti squash from my 2024 garden. And then we have some dill seeds. I think I'm gonna give those away. We have a ton of marigold seeds. And I'm trying to remember which variety this is. I think this is a Sparsky mix. And then we have, and I realized what this was. These are hollyhock seeds. And I'll show you a quick video of the hollyhocks I grew in this year. I think this was 2023's hollyhock. I just don't remember which variety it is. So I don't know if I'm going to give these away because I just don't know. But we'll see. We'll start with the cilantro and we'll go from there. So you're just going to watch me add a few labels. I'm not sure if I should add my YouTube or Instagram handle to this. I don't know if that's tacky. Let me know in the comments. I'm just going to put in what it is, and then I'm going to just put the number of seeds. And I think I might do quite a few for each package. But your lips are worth more than gold. We don't finish. Okay, we're all done. We're on our way down to Seedy Exchange. I am with my husband. Say hi. We're back on the road again. You haven't seen him for a while. And I have my bag of seeds. We are here. We finally made it. Now on to some fun. This is supposed to be a farmer's market. It's a Seedy Saturday event, and it's supposed to be seed exchange plus a whole bunch of workshops and learning. We're not here for the workshops because we're kind of doing a pass through, but hopefully we'll get to the seed exchange. I can drop off my seeds and then just take a look around.
Okay. As I said, sometimes I've done a great job, sometimes it's been pretty dreadful. So it's not hard to press it out.
Oh, that looks good.
So a little crumbly.
Yeah.
But you know, that's when you go, okay, maybe I'll make it a little drier or a little wetter.
Can I touch it?
Oh yes, please go ahead and pick it up. It's fine. See? Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good. Can I take that one?
Yeah.
I've tried soil blocking.
Yeah.
Just like this?
Yeah, go ahead. See?
Okay.
And so it comes with a little pack of inserts that you can put in.
Yeah. Oh, and that's what puts the dent in the soil.
Yes. So
Okay.
that goes in, yeah. So the package goes in.
Oh, I like this. I like it. Yeah. I might need to keep buying like seedlings. Yeah.
Correct.
Remind me to come back for this because I think I want it.
Come back for it?
Yeah.
Show me.
Tea gardening for beginners.
To make tea?
Yeah. Like you basically build your garden with all these things and then you can harvest it and preserve it and grow tea. No, I don't want to buy this one, but it's good for beginners. Look at this. It's so pretty. I'm growing these this year. Contributing 20 to 24. I think I fall into the range.
The whole idea is we want you to save seeds. We want you to learn how to do it if you haven't done it before. As long as you haven't even thought of doing it before. And the thing is to remind you that all of our ancestors used to do this, going back probably.
Thank you. I'm looking for Brussels sprouts because I cannot find any. And I might have to buy it, but I'm hoping I can get it here. We are back from Seedy Saturday and I had a lot of fun with my husband and we did a ton of things. We learned how to soil block. We picked up some seeds from the seed exchange and I also donated my seeds. We toured around all the exhibits and I also bought a few seeds, which I'll show you because there are some things that we were missing and I needed to pick up that I was able to find in the seed exchange. And there are some things I actually bought from new growers that I've never purchased from before, and also some tried and true, you know, West Coast seeds. I also was able to visit with some community groups that are doing some great things within their city. like getting rid of invasive plants, growing food for their community. And these are some of the groups that I do plan on volunteering. So stay tuned to the channel if you'd like to see more of that. And it's always nice to connect with new people, speak to them about what they're doing. I even spoke with a volunteer group that sells fruit trees and other fruit plants to the community at a discounted price. Now they wouldn't be able to donate they wouldn't be able to deliver it to my house, but I am interested in picking up some fruit trees for my garden. Again, I don't have a big space, but I was able to have a conversation in terms of what I'm worried about, how much space do I have, and the lady who was volunteering was able to kind of narrow down and recommend some apple trees for me that I think would be great in my garden. So it was just great to connect with people, learn some new things, see some organizations that are doing great in the community that I'd love to be a part of, and also buy some seeds, of course. And some of the seeds were free. Well, free was an exchange, but still worth it. And on top of everything, I have a bag of goodies that I'd love to share with you. So let's go through my haul. We have this tote bag that I bought from the Black Creek Community Farm. And they are a community that grows their own food and supports their local community. And I intend to volunteer with them this summer. So stay tuned for some of that volunteering activity. And they also have a seedling sale coming up that I will be attending in May. And they just had lots about the community farm, their agricultural center, some of their educational programs about sustainable food within the community. So again, this is a great organization and I wanted to support. Plus, I got a seed for free. So this is the Amish paste tomato. I haven't tried this one yet, but I thought this was a great one to pick up, and these people were so friendly, and I cannot wait to volunteer with this organization. I picked up a gardening book. Now this is on tea gardening, and I really want to learn how to preserve more of my herbs specifically for tea. This book I quickly browsed through. It goes through some of the plants that you can grow, for example, bachelor's buttons, which can be used to make tea. And it even provides some of the recipes as well for tea. I do plan on growing a tea garden this year, so I thought this would help a lot. So this is the other purchase I made. So this is my package of seeds from the Seed Exchange. I probably should have picked up more, but I was a little bit shy. So this time I picked up some brown Dutch winter lettuce. I picked up yellow and burgundy marigold, some songbird pollinator flowers, the birds and bees sunflowers from Renee's garden. This is Brussels sprouts. You'll remember earlier in the video, I talked about that. I thought I had the seeds, but I didn't. So now I get to start Brussels sprouts. Then we have some marigold court jester seeds. I've never tried this variety before. Then we have garlic chives. This is Chinese spinach. This is the cardinal lettuce. It's a crisp head with wine red leaves. This is why I picked it up, because of the description. Then we have some lettuce apple. I have no idea what this is. I'm gonna have to do some research on it. Then we have some early Great Lakes lettuce. I've never tried this one either. Then we have some round radishes, pink punch. The color, I can't imagine what that looks like. And then last but not least, we have the Nantes coreless carrots. I'm concerned that I may not have enough carrots, so I picked this up. So this is my haul from the Seed Exchange. I did buy some seeds from a new grower that I haven't used before. This is the Hawthorne Farm Organic Seeds, and they grow their own seeds. They actually have a farm, and they also sell seeds. I picked up two packs of seeds. One is a Colorado mix, and I think this is Yarrow Colorado mix. Yeah, it's yarrow. And then this one is the Diablo Cosmo. And I only picked these up because the colors. I think this was a mix of like pink, purplish, yarrow. And then this Diablo, if I recall, it was like a purplish pink Cosmo. So trying out a new seed company, seeing how it works, and then maybe we'll order from them again. And then we ordered some things that ran out. One, I don't have any more sugar snap peas. And so I picked up the Sugar Daddy. This is an OG for me. I grow this every year. I ran out, so I picked up a new package. And then two, I picked up the Sugar Lace 2 snap peas. I've never tried this variety before, but what was interesting about it is that they do not require a trellis. And I've never grown sugar snap peas that don't require a trellis. This is why I picked it up. So this will be interesting to grow. And I know my husband's like, why didn't you get the snap peas at the seed exchange? I wasn't thinking about it. I was so focused on Brussels sprouts and I was so nervous in the seed exchange. I don't know why I didn't, but we'll remember next time. Then I picked up some varieties of poppies because you'll see from earlier in the video that I eventually ran out of all my poppy seeds, and we're going to be starting them tomorrow morning. But these varieties, I'm going to start today. I have some cups here that are on the side and I just can't help myself. So we're going to be starting in total 8 varieties of poppies. I know, that's crazy. So this is the Flemish Antique Peony. Like, look at that. How could I not pick this up? Then we have the Midnight Sweet Peas. Then the Late Spencer Blend Sweet Peas. And last but not least, the oh so delicate Janet Scott. And maybe she's not delicate, but she looks delicate. Look at that. Ooh, I cannot wait to try these. This is my entire haul. I cannot wait to volunteer at some of these organizations, to try some of the new sweet peas varieties, try the sugar snap peas. It is going to be so much fun. I had a blast at the seed exchange in Toronto, and you can see from my haul that I really took advantage of everything that they had to offer. Okay, it is the next morning and some of these sweet peas have been sitting in these cups for 2 days and some have been sitting here for 1 day. At the Seedy Saturday, I did pick up some new varieties of sweet peas and I put them in water yesterday, hoping to plant them out this morning. So I'm going to go through the varieties I have, talk a little bit about this process of soaking them, and then we'll get them in some soil, and that's it. So the first one, recall that I started, is the Late Spencer Blend. Then we have Midnight. Then we have Royal Family. And then we have something water taffy. Oh, saltwater taffy. Then we have Janet Scott. I'm actually really looking forward to Janet Scott. Then we have Hyacinth. That's a staple. And then we have Elegance Mid Bloom. Now, I did not intend to start so many sweet peas. I really was only trying to start 3 varieties. I don't even know where I'm going to put all of this, but we're starting them anyways. Now, I've been soaking them in water before I start sweet peas. That softens the seed a bit and gets it ready to sprout very quickly. And one thing you'll notice is when you are soaking it in water, and I just saw it, and it just, oh, here we go. I'll show you the Midnight variety. So I've been soaking this in water for about 24 hours. And you'll notice that sometimes the seed, you'll see it there, it floats to the top. When you're soaking seeds, specifically sweet peas, if you want to know whether they're viable or not, then you'll notice that the seed floats to the top. So you don't want to plant something like that that's floating. So I've taken this seed out. I thought there was another cup that had something similar, and I'm looking for it and I cannot find it. And here I've already prepped the trays. Now normally I would use solo cups like this with holes in the bottom, but I realized I started so many sweet peas I don't have enough cups for this. I don't have enough solo cups for the varieties I've started, and I had a lot of these containers. I picked this up from the dollar store, so I'm just going to use these. They're not deep, but they're wide enough. And when you're growing sweet peas, again, they don't like their roots to be disturbed, and generally they have long roots, and so you really want to have a tall container when you're growing sweet peas. This will do for now, and I know some people have had success with growing sweet peas in shorter containers. Personally, me, I personally like to have something tall like this. I find it works well for the roots, or you can get a root trainer. They sell them on Amazon as well, but I'm trying to keep things simple, and I am going to use these containers. So I'm gonna get started. I'll show you how I do it. And I'm gonna start with the high scent. And what I do is I just rip the label off, and I put it on the container I'm using. So this one I'll just stick here, just like that. And then I'm just gonna make some holes, and this is where my pencil would come in very handy, but I'm gonna use my fingers for now. I'm just gonna make some holes. 4, 5. I'm overcrowding this, and you really shouldn't overcrowd sweet peas, but I have so many seeds in here that I'm just gonna do all of them. Okay, that's it. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, you can see the seeds. And then I'm just gonna push them down a little bit and cover them up. And that's it. One is done.